All right, this is Drew Canoli of FitLife.tv. You're listening to Justin and Kate of Extreme Health Radio. Remember, we're in this together.
Welcome to Extreme Health Radio. Extreme Health Radio.
Where natural solutions to almost every health condition are out there. Join us on our journey to find them.
Now here are your hosts,
Broadcasting from sunny Southern California around the world.
Justin and Kate Stellman.
Oh, and yes, their little 10-pound wiener dog, Maggie Brown Longbottom.
See, we had the right...
I thought you messed up and didn't include Maggie. Poor Maggie.
She gets left out, doesn't she?
She totally does. You always forget to put her in the Free-for-All Friday.
She gets left out of the Free-for-All Friday shows.
Oh, Maggie. But she seems happy. She's content laying on her side right next to my feet. With her head on the biomat.
Oh, man. Is she really on the biomat?
Her head.
Oh,
just her little head.
She needs some healing in her little
doggy brain.
In her doggy brain.
Her doggy jaw.
Her doggy jaw. I guess I should introduce the show. That might be something to consider.
We can consider it.
This is ExtremeHealthRadio.com, and this is episode number 160. So if you want to check out the show notes, make any comments, anything like that, contact us, join the community. You can do so, ExtremeHealthRadio.com/160.
Man, where does it go?
Well, I know, right?
Golly.
I feel like we just started this show.
I know.
Not this episode, but...
Yeah, in general.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's crazy.
Wow.
So if you'd like to join the show, that'd be a great way to do that. And if you would like to support us, and if you purchase on Amazon on a frequent basis, feel free to go to ExtremeHealthRadio.com/Amazon, and you'll be able to make your purchases for Christmas time or the holiday season on that page. It'll just redirect you to Amazon. Then you could bookmark that and use it anytime you make a purchase.
That helps us big time.
And let's see, what's the date today?
October 13th, 2013.
October 13th. Wow. Pretty soon. Oh, there's...
Oh, no. There goes Maggie, running to bark at a neighborhood dog.
She's good. A dog had the audacity to walk by our house.
Just kidding. Some other dog totally had the nerve.
Can you imagine? We just got back from a walk with her, didn't we?
We did, but apparently didn't calm her down much.
No, it didn't.
I think it's all the raw food we give her, keep her crazy.
She met a new friend.
George.
A
little black dog with a curly tail, George.
Who the owner said they gave George all kinds of medication, and that helped George's coat look good.
Yeah. Well, because he had mange.
What is that?
It's like that horrible thing that dogs get. It's like a skin problem disease when they're not taken care of.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's pretty bad, but I know you and I were cringing going, we probably gave him like 15 rounds of antibiotics. He's only a year old.
Is mange, is that like a long hair? I think like scraggly long hair. Is that not it?
No, I think, I'm sure it could look like a ton of things, but I think I've seen mange looking like where there's chunks of fur missing and the skin's all messed up, and it's really sad.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But George, he looked healthy. His coat was all shiny.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like George.
I know.
Little George.
George and Maggie. They'd make a perfect couple.
We had an interesting comment. Someone wrote in on our Facebook account. We're going to start doing this more often to kind of help the community help other people out. So it's pretty cool. We had someone write in, Jenny, and she says, "Hello, do you know of a natural way to eliminate or shut down herpes 1 virus? The medical industry claims there's no cure. I personally believe there's a natural cure for everything. It's just a matter of discovering what it is. How do you feel about that claim?" And so we get a lot of people that write in like that. And so what I'm going to start doing is just posting it onto Facebook.
Oh, and getting everyone's feedback?
Yeah.
Nice.
And that way the community can answer, because I don't have, I can't come up with all the answers. So I'll change the name.
That is great.
So people can be private, but they can get their questions answered.
That is a great idea.
We've already had lots of people write in. Pretty cool.
Nice.
So if you want to join us on Facebook, you can do that. ExtremeHealthRadio.com/Facebook. You can click the like button and you'll be off and running. We got a lot to cover in today's show, don't we?
Let's do it.
Lots to cover. Where do you want to go first? Actually, we have a UK correspondent.
We totally do.
Don't we?
Isn't that fun?
Bo Wong. And her website is
myorganiclife.co. Hold on.
UK.
You're right. .co.uk.
And we're going to call her right now on Skype.
See what's up in her neck of the woods.
We've been corresponding with her via email, and she's got some good things to say. So let's call Bo here. Hopefully she's in London, I think. Isn't that crazy?
Isn't that fun?
Hello.
Bo, how are you doing? This is Justin and Kate.
Yeah, I'm good.
Good.
Do we catch you at a bad time?
No, I'm good. I'm just online doing stuff, so it's fine.
Nice.
Oh, excellent. Well, we're on the air, and we're just recording right now our Free for All Friday show, so we figured we'd call you and see how everything's going.
Oh, do we lose her?
Okay. Our dog was just barking up a storm back there, so we had to...
Gosh, Maggie, I'm back. Jeez, sorry about that, Bo.
No, that's all right.
Just out of control today.
So, Bo, you're in London, is that right?
Yeah, I'm in London.
Wow, that's amazing. And what time is it over there right now?
So it's not that late. It's in the evening. It's about 6:45.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Okay, cool. And you wrote in a while back, and you have, gosh, talk about a story.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got quite a big story, and it just keeps getting better and better and longer and longer. So,
So what happened? You were, like, how did you get involved in health? And then you recently got back from a trip to Thailand. Is that right?
No, Malaysia. Yeah.
Malaysia.
Yeah, so I've kind of been into health for quite a while. Like, I've always gone to the gym and I've always eaten pretty healthy. And then I started maybe about, 3 years ago, I started to get really bad migraines, to the point where I would be at home for 3 days and be sleeping for like 14 hours a day.
Oh, my gosh.
So, yeah. So for me, I was like, okay, something's not quite right. This isn't normal. And I also was starting to get from that really sharp shoulder pains. And then in my arm as well, I was getting like a real numbness.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, I kind of looked at a lot of different things for that. And I paid a lot of money to go and see a physio, and it was like physio / acupuncturist. And
Yeah.
I saw her for about a course of like 10 weeks.
Uh-huh.
And it didn't make a difference at all. And then I looked at getting some acupuncture done from like a normal acupuncturist. And that really helped. And I just thought, this holistic health thing might be the way for me forward.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I started kind of from that, just doing more and more things. And then I found your guys' show as well. So I've been doing a lot of things off that.
Wow.
Yeah, and a lot of my own research. So I've completed a holistic nutritional course, and I've started a blog, and I've tried all sorts of things.
Wow. So what were you doing for work? Do you think that stress may have been involved in some of the causes of your headaches and things?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, yes and no. Like, I haven't been that happy in what I've been doing for a while, because it's not exactly what I'm passionate about, but it's taken me a while to figure out what it is that I am actually passionate about, because I've tried many different things.
Yeah.
And, yeah, and recently I've just decided that I really want to inspire people and help people live a better lifestyle. So I actually quit my job when I came back from holiday.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
Yeah.
So now did you have money saved up and that kind of thing, or how?
Yeah, I've got a bit of money saved up, and I've got a bit of a plan of what I'm doing, but I'm kind of just trusting that everything will work out. And since I've done that, I've been a lot happier, and just little things have happened that I've just gone, that's a real coincidence, but it happens all the time, so I must be on the right path.
Wow. So when you were in Malaysia, did you take the nutritional course there, or where did you take?
No. So I've been doing all this for about, I started it in January, and my goal was to finish it before I went on holiday in September.
Okay.
And, yeah, it was amazing, because it didn't actually feel like study for me. It was a real joy to do it and to learn about my body and just to learn about things on a more technical level. And, yeah, it's been great, and I've really enjoyed it. And like, even my tutor was like, when I sat my exam, he was like, yeah, I knew you'd have no problem sitting that, because, you know, in all my assignments, I would add extra because I really got into the topic. Like, I think one of them was like water and the water we drink, and, you know, and yeah, and, I think I wrote such a long essay about it. He was like, wow, you really like water.
You and Daniel Vitalis would be a dream made in heaven.
Yeah. Well, I love all of his little blogs and that. So,
oh man,
yeah, that was really great.
So you're one of those students, huh?
Yeah.
That's
yeah,
funny.
it is weird because everything kind of comes round. Because I think about 5 years ago when I was home in New Zealand, my friend, as a gift to me, went, "Oh, I'm going to this blood doctor and he's really good." And she was going to him to get pregnant, and she was like, "I think it'd be really good for you because you've got asthma and a few other problems and this and that." And I was like, "Okay, well, it's no harm. If you want to give me that as a present, that's kind of cool," because it was all in like holistic health. And I got to actually see my blood cells and, you know, got to see like the rings around, like toxicity around it, and kind of everything he said in that has kind of come back around as well. And it's like a lot of the stuff's on your show. So,
wow.
Yeah, everything keeps coming back around in circles.
Isn't that crazy? We did that a while back. When did we do that, Kate?
I think early spring.
Early spring last year, we got a live blood cell analysis, and we saw the same thing. And it really is, it's just amazing when you see your own blood cell and you see these little viruses or these parasites squiggling around.
Is that? I know, you're like, there's a caterpillar in my blood. What is that?
Yeah, it's
pretty
really
trippy.
It's pretty amazing. So it
is. It's really amazing to just see that, and I think it's a bit of an eye opener as well because my friend had been seeing him for a while, so she had changed a lot of her diet and things, and her cells looked a lot more healthier than mine did.
A little bit, yeah.
Isn't that funny? I mean, everyone's blood is all telling.
Yeah.
Wow.
So you started myorganiclife.co.uk, and the website looks awesome, by the way.
It's amazing.
Oh, thanks. It's not quite there yet. I updated it just recently, and it's thrown a lot out. So I spent like most of the weekend trying to get it up and running. But it's kind of like the first step for people, you know, like easy things they can do to make little changes in their life to be a bit more healthier. And I think because I live in London, and I live in the city, like right in the city, it's important for people to kind of realize, you know, about air pollution and everything that's going on. I mean, I would love to live out by the beach and kind of in a forest area and that. But at the moment for me, I think my life is like, I need to be here because I'm connecting with so many people on such a great level that it's just what I feel I need to be doing at the moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's cool. And so how are the people in London, are they pretty receptive to health, or are they kind of over it? I guess it depends what kinds of people you talk to, because that could be...
Yeah, and I've met all sorts of people, and I've been really open to everyone's opinion. I've met lots of skeptics for sure.
Yeah.
You know, that are like, yeah, that's a load of bollocks or whatever, and I'm like, yeah, but I'm the one that feels great and is really healthy, and you've got all these issues.
Totally.
Yeah, you're the one that's complaining to me about your health problems.
Yeah, exactly.
That's funny.
Oh, man.
So, what kinds of things are you going to be doing on your site? I'm sure you have lots of plans and everything.
Yeah, I do. So I want to, like, once I get my numbers up, I want to release like a few things on, like, you know, the zeolite and like crystals and like all sorts of alternative therapies and things that people can do.
Yeah.
I've just written a whole article on toothpaste.
Oh, okay. Nice.
Yeah, and I've got, I think, a link to your show with an interview you had with someone.
Oh, thank you. Yeah.
Yeah, but you know, all that kind of stuff's really important to me, and I'm getting really good feedback on like my articles. That people are like, yeah, this is really, really good. So yeah, it's kind of spurring me on to do more.
That is so cool. Yeah, your website is. I have to say, I kind of wish ours looked like this.
Maybe I can help you.
I know, it looks so.
I wish ours looked like that too.
It's so clean, and it's so. It's just everything's really
thanks,
big,
guys.
and
it's true. Yeah. It's amazing.
I'm a very visual person, so it makes sense for me, you know, to create something like that.
I'm a little jealous here, I have to say.
I'm jealous of your photography skills too. I'm like,
yeah. Well, I've got so many photos and recipes that I want to put up. I just haven't had the time yet because working full time and then doing this like outer work has just kind of it burnt me out a bit before my holiday.
Sure.
So are you working? You said you're working full time. Are you going to be? Did you say you
I'm
quit
working full time at the moment.
Okay.
So I've got I think in about 2 weeks' time, I'm going to not be working and I have to decide what I'm going to do. I still need to work I'm going to go freelance. And try and make all this other stuff work for me in my favor.
That is so cool.
Well,
yeah.
I think that attitude is what's going to make it work.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
How many articles do you have on here?
At the moment, I don't know. I think I've got like 29.
Okay.
So not that many. And I've got quite a few that are kind of I've got just so many ideas. Like every time I hear something or see something, I'm like, I could write about that. And this is the thing. Writing's never been my strongest skill because I'm a designer and designers are known to be like really bad with spelling and like not being able to string sentences together. And,
right.
But I actually really enjoy it. And I have a lot of my friends proofread for me and they're all like, wow, these are really good. And, there's not that many changes. And I'm like, really? Because you used to have to change like whole sentences and paragraphs for me. Mm-hmm. But I guess because I'm passionate about it and I enjoy it, that it's kind of just working and I don't have to worry about it.
Wow, this is so cool.
Yeah.
Wow. So are your friends into health and stuff or not really?
I'm slowly getting them into health. I had one friend who called me up last week and she's like, oh, I've been really busy at work and I kind of want to do a detox and would you be able to cook all my food for me next week? I'll pay you. Oh. And I was like, yes.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
So, yeah, I've been busy like making kale chips and all sorts this weekend and sprouting beans and doing all sorts to put in her salads and yeah.
Wow, that is so cool.
That is amazing. It's cool. Like I was telling Justin the other day, like my family was coming over for my mom's birthday. And I was thinking they don't eat like we do, but in my own gut and my own, like, I just could not feed them a regular cake, even though they wouldn't have cared the difference between the two. But I had to spend the day making like, the grain-free, gluten-free, everything free brownies. And they loved them. But I thought, with a clear conscience anymore, it's funny how the people you start caring about.
I know that you you were talking about that Against the Grain book.
Oh, I love it. Yeah,
so I had a look at it, but yeah, I think I need to get that because that looks really yummy.
I highly recommend that. You would, and I've done some things of hers in there that I've tweaked a bit, and made them my own, and they, whatever makes you love it more, and I just feel like it's a really good base to go off of. You would love it, Bo. You would love it.
Oh dear, you just cut out.
Are you still there? Hopefully?
Yeah, you guys are cutting out a bit though.
Oh, I know. We're getting all the static over here.
Yeah, I think there's too much EMF fields here going on.
So
Can you hear us now? Okay, cool. I was just saying, I think there's too many EMF fields we have here in the studio.
I know, it's probably in London.
Yeah.
The force is so strong.
Wow. So now with your future of your website and everything.
Oh no, I can't hear you.
Oh no.
Shoot.
Let's see. Can you hear?
Okay, you're back.
Okay, we're back. Wow.
Yeah.
So I was just saying, with the future of the website, are you going to be doing like working with people individually as well, or making food for people and all kinds of things?
Hello?
Bummer.
Are you still there?
Sorry, I missed that whole sentence.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was just wondering with your website if you're going to be working with people individually and things like that.
Oh no, I can't hear you again.
Oh man. Okay,
Hello.
Can you hear us now?
Yes.
Okay, excellent.
Phew.
No, I was just Skype. I was just curious if you're going to be working, if your plans are to work with people.
Oh no, you've cut out.
Oh no.
Do we have a landline we could call?
No, we can't do landline because it's international.
Oh, that's right.
Can you?
Yeah. Okay. I think if you talk maybe a bit slower. I don't know if it's because you're talking fast. It can't pick it up. I'm not sure.
Oh, weird. Okay. I was just curious if you are. Can you still hear us? I wonder.
Oh, bugger.
Huh.
It's every time you go to ask me the question, I can't answer it.
Wow, I wonder what that means.
I know.
Nothing.
Do you want to try asking Kate?
Yeah, you want me to try it?
Yeah, see if it cuts out.
We were wondering if in the future you are looking to work privately with people or continue maybe to even help make people food plans and that kind of thing.
Should I try and call you guys back?
Yeah, that might be a good idea.
Okay,
yeah, let's try that.
Try.
Okay. Okay, we just tried again. Are you there?
Okay.
Now, are you still there?
Yeah, I can hear you. I have this problem when my parents call me from Australia as well. So.
Oh, really? Okay. Can you hear us now, hopefully?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I can hear you now, yeah.
Excellent. No, I was just curious if you are going to be working with individuals themselves.
With what?
With individuals, like with their food plans and stuff. Like, what kinds of plans do you have for that?
So at the moment, what I'm doing is I've kind of set myself up as a holistic lifestyle coach. So I want to give people advice on how they can better live their lives by making small changes.
Nice.
And I've got another lady who's really into like women's health. So I'm going to be giving a presentation with her about health and how as women we can do things that are more natural if you have problems like endometriosis and bits and pieces. Through diet and kind of everything I've learned that's worked for me.
That is really cool.
Well, that's huge. Women's issues are
I think it's
forefront.
a really big issue. And when I was in Malaysia, funnily enough, because I hadn't met that side of my family, my dad's side, since I was about 10, so I didn't really remember anyone. And I hung out with my youngest cousin, and he was awesome, and he suffered from like depression, a bit of low confidence, and he just had a few issues, I think, and had just gone through a few things. And for the time that I was with him for 5 days, I got him into juicing.
Oh, God.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome.
Yeah, and I got him to change his diet, and I think because he's quite young, he's like only like 22, and you know he wants to be a professional golfer, so he used to go to the gym for 4 hours a day, and then he'd play around a golf. So his body was pretty well in tune, but it was just his diet. And I was like, if you want to be an athlete, you've got to eat like an athlete, and you've got to think like an athlete. And the change I saw in him from those 5 days, he's like, wow, I love these juices. These juices are amazing. And he got up at on the day I was leaving at 4 a.m. to make me and his whole family juices. And he does it every day. And I was like, wow, that's really amazing. And he was just like, oh, you've really helped me. And, so for me, that was like quite a big thing that, I'm doing the right thing at the moment.
That's so cool.
Yeah, total affirmation. If you can accomplish something like that and urge people to change their life, and he's receptive in 5 days, that says something huge.
I know.
That's huge.
I just couldn't believe it. And like he spent one day, like one of the days he spent with me was quite stressful because we had a lot that we needed to get done. And I was like, don't worry about it. Don't worry about parking spaces. Don't worry about the traffic. And after that day, he was like, it's really weird, but I don't know how you live, but everything just seems to happen and work. Like, I had the best day and it wasn't stressful. And I'm like, because there's no point in stressing out about anything. Like, everything will get done. So
that's so cool. It's awesome, too, when people that are younger get into this stuff because,
exactly.
I love it how people, it's really great when people, some people when they're 60 or 70, they have cancer and they see the light. Can you still hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you still there? Hopefully.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Sure. Yeah, some people, it's really great when people see the light when they have cancer or something like that. But when you start seeing young people who don't even need to change their diet.
You've just cut out again.
Oh, no.
What is that noise?
No.
It seems like you guys can hear me quite well. It's just I can't hear you very well. Is that what's...
We hear a little like static going on and then we cut out.
Oh, okay. That's weird.
Okay. No, I was just saying it's so cool how someone so young would be interested in health and diet and stuff. That's really cool.
Yeah, and just willing to take on advice and so he's in Australia at the moment, like testing out this course. And and he's with my mum and he's like, wow, your mum's juices are really, because I got my mum into, I think I said in my email, my mum had really bad cholesterol and she was taking tablets and they made her really ill. And she got off them and she's been juicing and I got her to change her diet and do all this stuff and she's fine now.
Wow.
Gosh.
That's so cool.
I know. And the other week she was like, oh, I think the wrinkles have all like fallen off my face. And I'm like, I think that's the food and all the vitamins and all the green stuff you're putting in.
That's awesome.
It's true though with that. I agree. Like the minute I started doing those coffee enemas and taking the parent essential oils, like my skin is completely changed. I did a juice cleanse. It's funny how the outward stuff, let alone the inward, starts changing when you just start putting a little bit of effort into what you're putting into your body. You know?
Oh, it's huge. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So like I'm a big believer in all of that. And I'm trying to make my life a bit chemical free and, you know, not taking anything that's not natural.
That's awesome.
Amen to that.
Well, let's keep in touch and let's perhaps do something on a regular basis. We'll talk off the air and stuff. That'd be really
that'd
great.
be really great because I've got there's so many stories. It's really weird. Like just even the zeolite thing, like how that came about. I think you guys should know that your listeners would probably be quite keen to know. And how that kind of just the synchronicity of it all just happened. And I was just like, this is weird, but it just worked. Like I was looking, cause obviously I'd heard you guys talk about it on your show quite a bit and I looked into it and the Touchstone site was all in US dollars and everything. So I just thought, I can't get that here. I'll have a look. And I tried a different brand here and I don't think it actually did anything. And then I was just like, and I finished it and I thought, no, I still need to be taking this because, you know, it's good because I live in such a polluted, the air quality here is so bad. So I had a look online and I just typed in UK zeolite and I got this web page with all this information and this guy was like, I emailed him and said, look, I'm looking for a zeolite in the UK that's good. Can you recommend anything? You know, I've got a blog. I want to write about it, blah, blah, blah. And he was like, yeah. I'll send you a link to something. I'm the distributor in the UK. And I was like, oh, okay. Yeah, that sounds good. And he sent me a link and I was like, hang on, this looks really familiar.
No
and
way.
It was a Touchstone site.
How funny is that? That's great.
I love those
And
stories.
he's the UK distributor for it. And
Oh
I
my
was
gosh.
like, huh.
Worse.
And I was like, I'm still not sure. So anyway, the next day I was like thinking about it and then I happened to be listening to a show of yours and it was like, and this week coming up, we've got, you know, Eddie Stone.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Feel like.
That's funny.
It does seem like stuff like that just becomes too coincidental that it's not coincidence at all.
Yeah, exactly. And I was, I also heard, the Crystal show with David, is it Sarita?
Oh, David Sarita. Yeah, he's awesome.
Yeah. And I listened to that because I really like crystals as a decoration anyway. But I was like, yeah, I know they've got healing properties, but I didn't realize, how much until I heard that show.
Yeah.
And then I went to this meetup and I met this lady and her name is Sunit and she's a holistic healer and she does card readings and she does color therapy for your home. And she was going to me, she was going, you know what? I think crystals would be really good for you. The color green you should be wearing more and crystals.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, wow, yeah, okay.
That's awesome.
That sounds like Adam Bergstrom stuff too.
Yeah, have you heard our shows we did with Adam Bergstrom? He's a big color guy.
You've just cut out a little bit.
Oh, bummer. Have you heard our shows with Adam Bergstrom?
Yes.
Yeah,
I have.
he does a lot of
The
color
color
therapy.
stuff is seems like very important.
Well, I mean, it's weird because I've met this lady and she's trying to start up a business and I think I'm going to be doing a website for her. And yeah, she does color therapy for your home. So she comes in and looks at what your color is and what would make you happy and what colors help you and kind of similar things. So
Wow, that's so cool.
yeah, it's all kind of connecting in this weird synchronous, way. And
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you're on the right path, I mean, it's definitely sounds like it, and you're passionate about it, and so it's like,
Yeah.
this is definitely where you're going, so this is awesome.
Yeah, so I mean, I would love to be part of your show or donate recipes or whatever. I'm more than happy to do that going forward. And I'm going to be going to a lot of business meetings and networking events because I've got some other projects I want to start up as well to generate income. So if I find anyone that wants to invest in your summit, I will be sending them your way.
Oh, thank you so much.
Thank you, Bo.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, because you just never know who you're going to meet, So
No.
Yeah. Well, let's definitely keep in touch. I definitely want to keep talking. Maybe let's do this on a regular basis.
Yeah, that sounds really great.
That'd be a lot of fun.
We'll send you an email too, and then try to find another time to talk off the air as well.
Yeah. Great.
Great,
Awesome.
Bo. Thank you for making time for us.
Oh, absolutely. And yeah, what you guys are doing is really great. So keep it up.
Oh, thanks so much. Thank you. All right. Let's see.
All
right. Take care, Bo.
Thanks, Bo.
Okay, have a good week, guys.
You too. Talk to you soon.
Bye-bye. Well, that was cool, huh?
She's great.
Yeah, gosh, I apologize for the sound.
Gosh, I wonder if the listeners can hear that like weird noise that we hear.
I think so, and I'm trying to figure out... I need to get some more stuff from Less EMF.
We need to have a Faraday cage right over our whole entire desk and our...
There's something that
microphones.
happens with... I'm not sure what's...
This just started like last week.
Yeah. It's
I have
weird.
no idea.
Strange. So
I'm
that
glad
was,
we got her as good as we got her because it was cutting out there for a while. I'm glad that it worked.
I know. Her website, Bo Wong, check it out. It's myorganiclife.co.uk. And she's got tons of good stuff on there. I really like her website.
Her website, I'm a little website envy right now.
I know. I like how big it is, and the photos are great, and it's really simple and clean.
It is.
Lots of cool stuff
and
on there.
Gosh, when you look under her skills in photography and web design, I mean, she does it all. This girl's got it going on.
I know.
Yeah, I can't wait to be in touch with her and have her be a part of what we got going on here at Extreme Health Radio.
Yeah, this is really, really cool.
She's a great individual.
Yeah, awesome stuff. So let's get to some listener questions. How about that? Actually, we should actually run a little break here.
Let's do it.
Let's take a little bit of a break, and we'll be right back. We're going to do a little ad here for our store, so we'll be right back after this break. So it's been so much fun for my wife and I to put together this website with all of the articles and the transcriptions and the store and the shows for you. It's been really, really great. And if you would like to support us, we've got a really great store on our website, and we do it mostly through affiliations with products that we really, really believe in. And we search out and do a lot of research before we put any of these products on the store. So if you go to extremehealthradio.com/store, there's a little welcome video from me there, and you can learn more about what we're about and how we've chosen the products to be in our store. But we've got all kinds of great things, like a ton of DVDs that you can check out in all different tabs, as well as products for certain conditions like yeast infection and cancer and your own blood tests. And we've got physical products and digital products and diet products where you can learn about the paleo diet and different summits, the Real Food Summit and the Perfect Digestion Plan. And we've got all kinds of different things for fitness as well. We sell yoga trapezes and yoga courses and qigong courses, really, really high quality stuff, and pregnancy products and food prep products if you're interested in learning how to cook real food, as well as a really great raw food prep program. And we've also sell lots of different herbs and supplements through Mountain Rose Herbs and Surthrival and protein powders and blenders and dehydrators and all kinds of really, really great products. And I like the fermentation products too, where we've got courses on how to ferment anything, and you can buy fermentation products, physical products like fermentation crocks, and we've got a whole line of survival products and, like I said, blenders and juicers and rebounders and water purification systems and chemical-free glass cookware and all kinds of really great stuff. So if you're interested in supporting us, check out our store. We've got lots of high-quality products that are handpicked by me to be in here. And like I said, we do lots of research before we put any of these products in our store. So check it out, extremehealthradio.com/store. So thanks for listening, and let's get back to the show.
100% listener supported. Extreme Health Radio. Opening minds and transforming lives worldwide.
Don't forget to join our thriving community for health tips, inspiration, and show updates
At extremehealthradio.com/Facebook.
I just want to give a quick shout out to a recipe during the break that I looked up on Bo's website, my paleo pancake recipe. It's fall and I love pancakes and it looks amazing. So you guys might want to check that out if you go to her site, myorganiclife.co.uk. And she has a whole recipe section, and look up my perfect paleo pancakes. They look amazing.
Is it under the paleo? Let's see here.
How are you finding it?
It's under paleo recipes. Paleo, is that what it is?
Did you find it? You got to look at that thing. It's like a paleo person's heaven.
Where does it say that? Paleo pancake.
Paleo pancake recipe.
Okay.
Do you see the picture?
I don't. No, I don't see anything.
Oh. How did I get to it? Oh, well.
Okay. So what does it look like?
How did I get... Here, I'll show you the picture. My iPad's a little different than the computer.
Oh, wow.
Has some bacon stacked in there, some figs.
Bacon in the pancakes?
On top of, you stack them up. You can do figs, you can do bananas, you can do maple syrup or honey on the side. They look phenomenal. It's like a dream. Yeah, here, let me see how I got to it.
Actually, I'm on it right now.
Oh, you found it. Okay.
Wow, look at that.
Isn't that amazing?
Look at those pictures.
The girl's got skills.
Become a pancake star and let your creativity go wild.
Become a pancake star.
And she has, cool thing is she's got like raw recipes, paleo.
Right.
Vegetarian.
Right.
Asian. Treats. This is cool.
There's so much I want to talk to her too, because she has an article on her. It looks like a friend of hers that became a kangatarian.
What is that?
I don't know. That's why I want to talk to her.
Eat kangaroos?
I think so. No, I'm being serious.
Kangatarian, really?
I think there is something to that.
Never. Okay.
Yeah, sorry about that. Apparently, I just brought it up because I read the article about a month ago, but it says, a kangatarian refrains from eating all meat except kangaroo on the grounds of it being environmentally sustainable. And there's a whole article on that. You guys might want to read about her friend Sarah.
Wow.
She's got some cool stuff to kind of go through and sift through and just learn some things and see if it's something for you.
That's really cool.
Mm-hmm.
So
anyway.
I want to talk a little bit about this Zija Moringa that we've been taking.
Oh, you're addicted.
I am absolutely in love with this stuff. It's so tasty.
Yeah, you are. It's great.
I just love the taste of it. But then I was doing some research, and let's see. I'm gonna read some stuff here.
Okay.
Moringa is from a tree, and it grows. These trees grow around the tropics.
Okay.
And it's there's quickly being known around the world as the most powerful superfood in the world, above goji berries and chocolates and everything else.
Is it really?
Yeah, it's pretty incredible. And it says it's got 90 nutrients in it, 46 antioxidants, 36 anti-inflammatories, and more. Moringa has been proven to be the most nutrient-dense and enzymatically active botanical known to man. Scientific analysis shows that moringa contains 539 beneficial biochemical activities.
Oh, is that all?
That's it.
Okay.
And then we go protein constituents or amino acids, the building blocks of proteins. There are 20 amino acids necessary and found in human proteins, of which 9 are essential, and all 9 are found in moringa, properly sequenced in the optimal ratios.
Wow.
Minerals such as calcium, chloride, chromium, copper, fluorine, iron, manganese, magnesium, molybdenum, phosphorus, potassium, sodium, selenium, sulfur, and zinc. It's got omega 3, 6, and 9 oils.
Wow.
For fats. It's got vitamins C, D, E, F, and K. Provitamin A, beta-carotene, vitamin B, choline, vitamin B1, vitamin B2, riboflavin, B3, niacin, vitamins B5, 6, and B12. Other phytonutrients and antioxidants such as alanine, alpha-carotene, arginine, beta-cytosterol, caffeoxalic acid, campisterol, carotenoids, chlorophyll, delta-5, avenerostol, delta-7, avenerostol, glutathione, endoleic acetic acid, lutein, methionine. It's got everything.
Makes your bed for you, does your laundry, cooks you dinner.
Tryptophan, xanthins. Zeaxanthin, zinc, palmitic acid, plant hormones, anti-aging properties, cytokines, zeatin. There are 46 antioxidants, 36 anti-inflammatory compounds, all naturally occurring in the moringa plant. It's got 4 times the calcium of milk, 3 times the potassium of bananas, 2 times the protein of yogurt, 4 times the vitamin A of carrots, and 7 times the vitamin C of oranges. It's insane.
Wow.
It promotes healthy digestion, heightens mental clarity, increases energy, provides natural anti-aging benefits, nourishes the body's immune system, regulates blood glucose levels, promotes healthy circulation. Moringa, even in small portions, provides adequate amounts of protein nutrients for everyone, including healthy and medically compromised individuals, children, senior adults. And it's not genetically modified. It's organic. It's just, golly, it's crazy. I mean, what doesn't it have?
You didn't laugh at my joke.
What'd you say?
I said it'll do your dishes, do your laundry, and make you breakfast. You didn't even hear me.
I didn't even hear you. I was reading all this stuff.
Wow.
That's funny.
Men and women.
Yeah.
Differences right there. It's great stuff, though. I love the flavor. Thanks to Ty Bollinger, we were able to try it out. And we love it.
Yeah, it's so good. I mix it up with
Your vitamin C, camu berry.
Yeah, I mix it up in the morning with vitamin C and just water, vitamin C, and that.
Yeah.
It makes this green drink. It's so good.
It's pretty darn good.
Yeah, if you guys are interested in learning more about it, you can go to extremehealthradio.com/Moringa. And right now, that basically forwards to Ty Bollinger's page. So if you buy it, he'll get credit for it, but we're going to become a distributor, I think, for it because we
really believe in it.
Yeah, doing a lot of research and have been on it for the last week and a half and just love it. So
yeah,
good stuff.
Apparently your mental clarity isn't quite there though because you didn't even hear me.
No, I think I heard you. I just wanted to finish all the stuff.
I looked over and you just ignored me and just went right through it.
Yeah,
but that stuff is, I get it. It was amazing and wow, there are just so many elements to that. I mean, I've never heard of a single product before that I don't think has that many benefits.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever heard of something.
It's incredible.
Yeah.
It's just incredible. Let's do a couple of listener questions. How about that?
And do we want to talk about the rub stick that we got as well?
Oh, yeah.
Ty Bollinger sent us, I think he talked about it. Was it on air or was it off air? He told us about this.
I think on Ty Bollinger's episode. Yeah, I'm not sure what.
But he mentioned a pain relieving rub stick type thing, and it comes in a deodorant type looking little cylinder, and you rub it onto things, into places that have pain. And I've used it. You know what? I swear, every single product, it seems like, comes at the right time. How Bo was talking about synchronicity of things. Mm-hmm. Like, I had never had such gnarly back pain or menstrual cramps as in the last week when the Biomat came. And then I was able to use that and really see how that, benefited me. Uh-huh. And then my feet, I've stood 15 years at the salon doing hair and haven't had foot pain for probably the last 10 years, like I've had in the last week. So when Ty Bollinger sent us the packets of Zija and the, what is the name? Do we know?
I think it's just right now, he's just calling it a pain rub because it's got a bunch of herbs and stuff in there, but I don't think he has a name for it.
And it's not for sale yet, I don't think.
No.
Right? Okay, but it will become, and I'm interested in it. So I've been rolling it on my feet at night and in the morning, and then putting on my socks and my boots and going to work. And I mean, it literally has, especially right when you put it on, and the next the 10 minutes following, you feel pretty relieved of those symptoms.
Have you had any of the warming reactions to it?
I haven't. Have you?
I have, yeah.
Because it does have cayenne pepper.
Yeah, I put some on my back. I think I suspect it has a little bit of DMSO in there too. I don't know.
Yeah.
I know it's got about, I think you said 12 to 15 different natural herbs.
I like it. It looks like you're rubbing cayenne pepper water on your feet. It has like a brown red substance look to it.
Yeah.
But my gosh, because it's kind of wet, it has to dry.
Uh-huh.
But just doing that and then putting my socks and shoes on and going to work, it felt like, I don't know. It felt relieving. It felt comforting. It felt it feels kind of cold.
Yeah.
And just gives you a relief. It is good stuff, and he swears by it, and I'm like, okay, this is just interesting. The timing is all that. I've had these reasons to try out these products and actually glean my own experience in an unbiased way, going, is this really going to work? Because I'm actually in pain.
Yeah.
So far, I'm pretty impressed with both those products.
I've used it on my knee, and it's
with your knee.
I feel like it's been working. I feel like a little warming sensation, and my knee does feel. The other day, I was at the gym, and I actually felt like I could do lunges because I can't bend my knee with a lot of weight on it,
Right.
Because of my torn ACL.
Uh-huh.
So like the other day, I put some on, went to the gym, and then when I was at the gym, my knee felt pretty good, and I forgot that I put it on, you know.
Interesting.
And then I was at the gym, and I thought, I could start doing some lunges, and I started doing some lunges with no weight on my shoulders, you know.
Wow,
just
did you?
Body weight, yeah, and little squats and stuff, and so
I'm glad you don't tell me these things till you're home safe and sound.
Yeah, and I don't know, it's really cool. I like it. I like that he's doing a natural pain rub, because I told him on the show a week before that, there was some guy at the gym, and he's telling me about, you know, so he goes to some like not health food store, but tackle store, like for horses, you know.
Yeah. Oh yeah, like a tack and feed.
Tack and feed, and he puts this stuff on, and he said, "Oh, I've been using this stuff for 40 years, you know, and it really helps with my joints," because he was rubbing it on his joint when he was in the gym. So I asked him, "Hey, what is that?" You know, and we started talking. And I said, "Hey, can I see it?" You know, and he's like, "Yeah, sure." So he hands me the bottle. So I started looking at the ingredients.
Oh gosh, titanium dioxide, yellow number 5.
Oh gosh, Mambo number 5.
Mambo. Why I was laughing though is when you said rubbing it on your joints. It reminds me of the Saturday Night or the In Living Color skit on YouTube with Jim Carrey playing what's his name? The Juice Man?
The Juice Weasel.
The Juice Man.
Yeah, the Juice Man.
And he's like, just rub it on my joints. He like falls through a window and then is like, I don't need anything but the juice. Just rub it on my joints.
Give me the juice.
It's great. If you haven't seen that, can we put a link to that?
Yeah, we'll put a link to that.
That's a great skit. But anyway, sorry about that.
Yeah, no, so the pain rub is pretty cool. I think I think he's onto something.
Yeah.
He's got a unique mix in there. I don't know everything that's in there, but
we're assuming it's not yellow number 10 and lake number 5.
Yeah.
Mambo number 5.
Mambo number 5. So let's see.
Sorry about all the sound issues we're having, by the way.
Yeah, we're having some real bad sound issues here.
Interesting.
Let's do some listener questions. Let's do a listener question here.
Okay.
Patsy writes in from Facebook, and she says, "Hi, my name is Patsy, and I would like for you to help me if you can before it's too late. My niece, Cindy, is 33, and she's about 5'3". She is sick with diabetes type 1. She is only 96 pounds and got to put some fat on her. Please, she doesn't eat meat. It's been that way for 17 years. Please help me. My heart is hurting for her." Gosh, diabetes type 1. That's when your pancreas can't produce insulin, I think,
right,
isn't it?
You're insulin dependent, I believe.
Trying to think.
What's the book, first of all? That book we have.
Oh, yeah.
There is a cure to diabetes?
Yeah, there's a cure for diabetes. That's Gabriel Cousins. You can get that on Amazon. We'll put a link to that on extremehealthradio.com/160.
It might be a help, right?
Yeah, and he's got a DVD that he takes a bunch of diabetic people through. I forget what the DVD. We'll put the link to the DVD on there. That's about the only thing I can think of in terms of rebuild, kind of turning back on a pancreas. If you guys listening have ever heard of people reversing type 1 diabetes, please put the information in the comments below at the bottom of this show page.
I wouldn't be surprised if people out there listening have some sort of
cure or
aid
something they've done to overcome diabetes.
Because it's such a prevalent issue, and it is scary. We have, I have a good friend whose husband has it, and gosh, it just seems like there has to be someone with a story out there that's waiting to share this information.
Speaking of this leads me to a different point of different thing. I just did an article for a show or for a documentary that we had called Sacred Science. And let's see here. Let me look at the recent articles. It's called Sacred Science is a documentary. If you want to check it out, you can watch the whole entire documentary for free if you go to extremehealthradio.com/sacred science, all lowercase, no spaces, Sacred Science.
It's only free for a small time though, right?
Yeah, it's only free for the next, I think, till the 17th of October.
Okay.
But you can watch it for free. I think you just got to put your name and email address in there.
Okay.
And you can watch this. And one of the guys, it's a story about 8 people who have really advanced diseases, from colon cancer to prostate cancer to diabetes to Parkinson's disease to breast cancer, IBS, Crohn's. And there's about 8 different people that have these really late stage advanced issues. And one of them was diabetes. And I can't remember if he had type 1 or type 2. but really, really awesome movie. And these people go to the Amazon rainforest and take things like Chancapiedra, ayahuasca, and all these different herbs that basically
Cured him.
Yeah. So there's, I don't know. If you search long enough, you're going to find cures for everything, I think.
I believe that too.
Yeah. So sorry, Patsy, I wasn't able to give you more information about type 1 diabetes. Hopefully you can find something and we can get to the bottom of that. And do you want to read a question?
Yeah, I will. Let me bring it up real quick.
Yeah. We've got a few more that we're going to get to.
Sorry, this iPad. Oh, geez. I have one here from Ryan Farnsworth. Also, I know you guys get the spring water at Hemet Lake. That source is in the 160 TDS range, has a slight metallic taste to me. There is really good commercial source coming from Palomar Mountain at 90 TDS for 50 cents a gallon, self-serve, fill up during normal business hours. Palomar Springs water in Escondido. I know the source comes from a well on the top of the mountain, really good water. I've driven up by where their tankers pick it up. Interesting,
That's
right?
cool, yeah.
That's great.
Is that
I want to look them up.
Is that the one that's on findaspring.com?
The Palomar Mountain one?
The one that he's talking about.
I don't think so.
Spring water in Escondido.
I don't think... let me look it up. You keep going and I'll look it up while you do that.
Yeah, I think so. Well, thanks, Ryan, for that. I appreciate that. We'll check that out. 90 TDS, that's better than 160. So
yeah.
That sounds good. And then let's see here. We got another email from, not sure who this is from. Claire.
Okay.
I've been raw vegan for over a year now. In the beginning, I felt great. I slept better and had an overall sense of well-being. The last few months, my energy and stamina has been decreasing. I'm wondering if the prior benefits were more from what I gave up than from the raw vegan diet. For example, dairy, meat, sugar, coffee, grains, etc. Why are you no longer raw vegan? Thanks for your show. Love it, Claire.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Part of feeling good is giving up the bad stuff. And I would suspect that some percentage of you feeling really, really well is the food that you've given up, like the sugar and the coffee and the meat and stuff. I'm no longer raw vegan. I don't feel like I've found the right diet. I'm still searching, but I just felt like if I'm going to keep a diet for 30 or 40 years, I want to make sure that I'm not missing anything. Because I just thought, if I find out suddenly that I was wrong for the last 30 years, I'd rather be wrong for 6 months, than wrong for 30 years.
No, I get that.
So, if I figured out I was wrong, then, I've basically damaged my body to the point where I can't, reverse that at 75 years old. So, I wanted to make sure that I included meat just for that reason. And so I figure if meat is bad, is unhealthy, then if I'm eating like 80% or 90% raw plant-based diet and 10 or 20% meat, then if meat really is bad, I figure I would end up in the same spot. The 80% would outweigh the 20%.
Right.
And so over a 30-year period, if I ate something that was bad for 20% of the time, it would be basically offset by all the good. So
you're talking about doing a little bad versus like a ton of bad and just kind of evening it out. So hopefully the right thing would be your saving grace.
Yeah, exactly.
Enough of the right stuff and a little bit of the bad.
And so I'm hoping that it's not bad. I don't think it is bad. A lot of people are saying that it's just really, really critical to have meat. There's a lot of fat-soluble vitamins and things. So that's basically why. And
I did find the Palomar. It is on the Palomar Mountain State Park site.
Oh, cool.
It's on findaspring.com. So
nice.
There you go. But yeah, I agree with you. I don't know the perfect diet, and I still struggle with that every day. But daily, it's a daily thing like anything else where I wake up that day, I try my best. Some days I feel amazing, and I go, this is the diet. And then next day I could repeat the same thing and have a little bit of an issue with something. So it's just literally finding day to day what works and trying to weed through.
Trying to find what works for you.
And just knowing that cutting out the major bad stuff that we all know is bad is the right thing. And then beyond that, it's anyone's guess. We're getting overloaded with information, especially here at Extreme Health Radio Studio when we talk to all the guests. And we don't really know how to even filter all that, to be honest.
Right.
So I think everyone's so individual, like no thumbprint's the same, no blood, like Bo was talking about. Nobody's blood drop is the same. We're all going to be we all require a little bit different things for our body to work properly. So I don't think there's an answer, really.
That's true. We got 2 more.
Okay.
2 more questions.
You go.
Okay. We got Danielle from Facebook. And she says, I just wanted to say hi, or say I love you guys.
Oh.
I go on a bike ride every day and listen to your podcast while I ride. By the end, I'm pumped and excited to pursue the rest of my day. Thanks for all the great information.
Oh, thanks, Danielle.
That's really, really cool.
I love that stuff.
Yeah, that's cool. Thanks,
I have one
Danielle.
here from Yvette off of Facebook.
Cool.
Do you know if the much publicized, quote, organic pan produces PFOAs or other harmful chemicals when heated? I actually use this pan and like it a lot, but it occurred to me that it might not be as safe as the name suggests.
The name of the pan is ORGREENIC.
Or Greenic.
Or Greenic.
Right. I don't know. I actually have not heard of it myself.
I actually responded to Yvette on this one, and I just wanted to bring it up to our community so that if you guys have ever heard of this, if you know of any, if it's good or bad, or if it produces PFOAs, I forget what I forget what that is, but if it's healthy or not, please comment in the box below on extremehealthradio.com/160 and let us all know if you've had any experiences with it, because I've never heard of it, actually.
Yeah, no, I feel silly I haven't heard of it, but there's so many things out there.
Yeah, we like La Crusade. We've heard good things about them as far as the heavy metal content and the clay and then the paint that they use, on their cookware. We like glass. I think the best thing to do is to go with glass.
I do too, actually.
And there's a couple different things that I think they're in our store, if you go to our store, but they're called Simex and Pyrex. Simex and Pyrex, Pyrex glass cookware. And I think the Simex makes something called the Corning, Corning, Corning. And they make a lot of glass cookware that you could cook on, like in your stove, your oven, and things.
Pyrex has been around forever.
Yeah, Pyrex.
I've never heard of Simex.
Yeah, so I actually heard about those from Dr. Massey.
Okay.
And I guess he was doing a lot of testing with the heavy metal content, and because I guess some glass does have heavy metals in it, which is crazy.
Who would know that?
Yeah.
Man, fighting for your health is quite a full-time job, isn't it?
Quite a full-time job. It's crazy. And also, someone wrote in, I didn't tell you this. This is such a good question.
Okay.
Have you ever been to Starbucks and they say...
Known to the state of California, this contains,
Right, because of the acrylamide?
Prop 56, I believe.
Yeah, Prop 56, because of the acrylamide. And the cooking of the coffee causes cancer.
Right.
So this guy wrote in on Facebook and said, hey... How could coffee enemas be good for you if there's cancer-causing acrylamide in the coffee? Good question.
Very good question, actually.
I'd like to ask someone that. You know who would know is Andrew.
Our brother-in-law? He might actually.
He sells coffee.
Because if it's organic, let's think about this. Even if it's organic, what we're using for our coffee enemas is still roasted. And when the roasting process happens, I believe, is when you have the problems with the chemicals being leached.
Yeah.
I wonder if it's something, though, too, where I have no idea. I'm just putting it out there, where it's different. Like when people ask you, why isn't drinking coffee the same as doing an enema with it? Why don't you get the same effects? I wonder if it becomes different when it goes in to draw things out of your colon and liver than it does if you are to drink it and get the properties. I mean, I wonder if anything can change.
I know. I wonder.
You know what? I'm going to find this out. I'm going to do some research.
Acrylamide coffee enemas. Maybe
that would be
search.
A really good article for me to blog about. I'm going to find out. That's a great question.
Yeah, do a little bit of research.
How do you spell acrylamide?
Oh gosh, ACRYL AMIDE, I'm guessing.
Okay.
Acrylamide and coffee enemas.
Interesting. For all the things that I think I usually have thoughts about that stuff, I didn't even think about that one.
Yeah, crazy, huh?
I wonder, the World Health, is it the World Health Mall? Not the World Health Mall, the college.
Oh, college health stores?
Yeah. I mean, that's who we were told to purchase the coffee from.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if it's possible to have coffee prepared totally different so it doesn't have to undergo that process.
Maybe that's why they put like they make the coffee in, when they're doing the enemas, like Jessica Ann's cough and stuff, she'll put it in the pan.
Okay, I'm gonna work on this. Who wrote that in?
I forget, somebody from Facebook.
Okay.
I forget who wrote that in.
I'm gonna look into that. I really am gonna look into that. That interests me.
Yeah, crazy.
Especially how much I've been doing the coffee enemas. I want to make sure I'm doing the right thing.
So we're going to take a little break right now, and we'll be right back. We're going to run an ad for our favorite sauna.
Nice. It is my favorite thing.
As if we have 20 of them.
I was going to say it's our only sauna, but
it's our only sauna.
It's awesome.
Yeah, it's a great thing. So we'll be right back after this break. So there's no real way to avoid toxins or chemicals in our daily life. It seems like we're exposed to them no matter what we do in our lives, from paint fumes to mercury fillings, coal-fired plants, perfumes, soaps, off-gassing of carpets in our houses, and genetically modified foods, and foods that are sprayed with pesticides and herbicides, the xenoestrogens in plastics and car exhaust, secondhand smoke, even your dry cleaning and laundry detergents, even your mattresses have chemicals inside them that outgas. So getting these toxins and chemicals and poisons out of your bloodstream and out of your fat cells is going to be really critical moving forward in our society, because it seems like every year there's more and more chemicals that keep becoming introduced with new products in the market. So I would consider getting one of these far infrared saunas. We've got a great sauna developed by Phil Wilson, and I've known about his work for many, many years, and I'm so proud to be offering his sauna on our website. And he's been in this business since 1975. And this sauna is really great because it slows the aging process. It helps with weight loss and burning calories. I think you can burn like 600 calories in 15 or 20 minutes, and it helps to cleanse the skin. It improves your sleep and helps to prevent illnesses like flus and colds, as well as energizing the body. And it's great for improving blood circulation and promoting cellular renewal, as well as increasing metabolism and inducing profuse sweating. And it's really, really great. And the great thing is, too, is you don't produce any lactic acid. So you can sweat without producing any of this lactic acid that you would normally produce if you lifted weights or went for a big long run. So if you're interested in this, you can check it out, extremehealthradio.com/sauna. It's great because it sets up in about 2 to 5 minutes, and it's portable, and it's super easy to clean. It's got low electromagnetic field radiation coming off of it, and it produces energy and heat inside the sauna evenly. It's great machine. So if you're interested in sweating like this for only 15 minutes a day, it's great. It requires zero preheating. It's got a 1-year warranty, and Phil Wilson is a great guy. We're so proud to be offering his saunas on our website. So if you're interested, check it out, extremehealthradio.com/sauna. Or you could check it out in our store, and it's $990 plus $25 shipping. And that's really a good deal because many of the saunas out there, you can check them out. They're in the thousands of dollars, $2,000 to $4,000. So this is great. You can buy it through PayPal. You don't even need a PayPal account. It's 100% secure. So consider doing this if you're interested in living a long, healthy, disease-free life. So check it out, extremehealthradio.com/sauna.
All free shows, all the time on Extreme Health Radio.
Opening minds and transforming lives worldwide.
Join our community today.
Sign up to our email list and instantly get our free gift to you, along with loads of inspirational content and cutting-edge tips to help change your life.
At extremehealthradio.com/subscribe.
You know, can I say something?
Wow, that was quick. Alrighty.
During that commercial break,
Yes.
I thought my most favorite organ is my liver. I love my liver.
Do you?
I do. And then during that,
Why do you say that?
well, I've been focusing on my liver, and if anybody knows and has listened to all these shows, my liver seems to be the thing that keeps coming up, so I want to take the best care of it I can.
I love my liver.
I love it. I love it. I want to kiss
I love
it.
my liver. Kisses.
and be with it. Well, it's going to be in my body, so that's good. But it's cool that I've been focusing so much on the detoxification and purification of the liver and getting the liver just working to its optimum state. And I just received an email this very minute about a guy who listens to our show, and it was an email to me about liver flushes and coffee enemas.
Nice.
Would you like me to read it?
I would love that.
Okay, this is from Robert.
My liver would love it too.
My liver loves it. It says, "Hey, Kate, I have done regular coffee enemas for the past 6.5 months. I've also done 7 Andreas Moritz style liver and gallbladder flushes since late May. They have taken 5 to 7 years off my face. My face is pinker, tighter, and clearer. My face was starting to sag. I am 51, almost 52, but now the sag is completely gone. Also, my ragweed allergy has virtually disappeared. This is a common benefit of liver flushes. I have passed thousands of liver and or gallbladder stones and many hundreds of liver flukes. I am now doing a parasite cleanse. I'm doing a parasite cleanse with the Now brand, black walnut / wormwood extract. It is the best formula I've used. It obliterates flukes if you use even 2 droppers in 4 ounces of water 3 times a day. I enjoy your show. Blessings."
Wow.
How cool is that? Thank you, Robert.
That's pretty cool.
Because I love my liver so much, it's so cool to hear from people about their livers. And I'm so glad this one just came in because, I'm a regular fan of the coffee enema, and I've been telling you that I've been seeing all kinds of crazy, just from the coffee enema alone, I've seen all kinds of crazy worm looking substances start to flush out, and it trips you out in such a way that you just want to keep going with it because that stuff's hiding in your body, and it's just a really scary thought. So Robert, thank you so much, and I will also be sending you an email back in return, and I'm really grateful you took the time to write in.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
So that's pretty I was already thinking of my liver anyway, and now I just felt like that was a little gift for my liver.
I know, that's cool. Yeah, I think that liver health is so important. They call it the number 1 organ in your body for a reason. And
you live from your liver.
Yeah.
Right.
We have to get that Sandra Cabot on the show, don't we? That would be great. The liver doctor. Mm-hmm. She's written a few books, I think, hasn't she? She
has. She's written the cleanse that I've done, the juice fasting book, is it the Juice Fasting Bible, I believe?
Yeah.
And then there is one about the liver as well.
Oh, yeah, the ultimate
liver.
No, that's different. Liver.
We'll put a link to her.
Yeah,
but getting her on would be great.
So speaking of the liver, I have this PDF by Hulda Clark, and let's see, she talks about a bunch of different 7 essential oils to kill tapeworms. Have we talked about this?
Oh gosh, no, but I want to know.
Okay, and in it,
lay it on me.
In it, she talks about a little bit further up in the PDF, the 10 commandments of health, and then I will read the what do you call it? I'm blanking here.
There's a worm in your brain.
There's a worm in my brain. No, the actual essential oils to kill these worms.
Oh, okay.
But before that, I want to get to this 10 commandments of health. Okay, here we go. Okay.
Bring it on.
The 10 commandments of health. Number 1, choose a dwelling with a floor above ground level and create an active ventilation process from the air below to the outside air.
I don't think we have that.
We don't have that.
Okay.
Number 2. Clean your teeth once a day without contaminating them with the cleaner. Number 3, wash your body 3 or more times a week without a toxic cleaner. All things are absorbed. Do not suppress sweating. Do not absorb your sweat. Change clothing every day to avoid reabsorbing sweat and its polonium lanthanides. Wow. Polonium is what she says is the chemical that causes cancer.
Oh.
She's nailed it
It
down.
sounds like plutonium.
To polonium.
Polonium.
Do not wear tight clothing such as a bra, skin-tight underwear, or girdle. Do not wear any...
Darn, my girdle.
Do not wear any metal, plastic, or rubber elastic next to the skin. When a health problem arises, do not use a treatment or replacement until you have assembled possible causes and begin to remove them, such as vision loss, hearing loss, fatigue, pain, hair loss, weight loss, excessive fat. Ventilate your living space with an in-blowing and out-blowing fan. Attach a non-toxic filter to it to trap dust particles. Number 9, do not drink chlorinated or brominated water. Use well water tested for E. coli and radiation, alpha, beta, gamma, and disinfected with ozone. Number 10, do not run your water through metal, ceramic, or plastic, nor flexible hose other than high-density polyethylene or solid PVC. Okay, so now she gets into the...
Sounds good.
The 7... I want to get these next time we go to the health food store.
Okay.
The 7 essential oils to kill tapeworms.
Oh, gosh.
Sage,
Yeah.
thyme, cardamom, coriander, caraway seed, fennel, and allspice.
Bring it on.
I'll read that again. Sage, thyme, cardamom, coriander, caraway seed, fennel, and allspice.
And you take them orally, yeah?
Yeah, she says, put 2 drops of each oil into an empty capsule. Swallow immediately. Take twice daily for 3 days. Watch for the tapeworm to exit with a bowel movement.
Ugh.
Use a synchrometer for this. Test in colon or bile ducts several times more. For people over 200 pounds, use 3 drops of each oil 3 times a day for 3 days.
Okay, we're doing it.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, we might have to make a run up there tonight or tomorrow anyway, so let's try it and talk about it.
I want to start doing some testing on us. You know what I mean? Like
we're little hamsters in a little rat's in
a wheel.
cage.
Yeah. I want to start testing on us because, we could tell you guys what works for us and what doesn't.
Well, if the coffee enemas alone have just done wonders for me, that's bringing out stuff that it's just too gross to almost talk about. I can't imagine if we tried this and we both had great, amazing success with what happens with this too.
Oh my gosh, I know.
I expect it, actually. I know it works, but we should stock up on those.
I think so.
Do
That would
it.
be good. Oh, and Kate, I don't know if I told you, but we have Michelle Kramer on the line via Skype from Organix.com, OHGANIX.com. And she's doing some really cool things with organic clothing and intimate wear and lingerie and underwear and things like that, bras and all this kind of stuff that has no chemicals, no dyes. It's not, the straps aren't really, really, really tight, restricting your lymphatic flow. And she's just doing some awesome work. And all the stuff looks really good, too. It's really, really good. And it's not like this hippie stuff. So we have her on the line from Skype. And let's see if we can patch her in. Michelle, can you hear us? This is Justin and Kate.
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing great. How are you doing?
Good. Great to talk to you guys.
Oh, likewise. So you're just up not too far from us in Corona Del Mar.
Yeah, well, I'm exactly about 20 minutes away from you guys.
Golly, that's so great.
We go through there often.
Yeah. So, sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I just said perfect.
Yeah.
We should all get together for a lunch or something.
I know. That would be great.
I'd love that. It's
my
so cool.
fiance and I were talking the other day. We're like, it would be awesome to get together with Justin and Kate. We should, like-minded individuals. It would be great to, get to know them better and hang out.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, that'd be so fun. And so you, I think, originally contacted us. I think you'd listened to the Sid Singer show where we talked about, I think, the clothing and all that kind of stuff, right?
Yeah. Well, I've listened to all of the podcasts, but when I listened to Sid Singer's, I listened to all of them, and I thought, I would love to be a guest sometime, but and speak with you guys more, about the importance of wearing organic clothing and and all the breast health and prostate health and all that, that relates to our intimate apparel. And then I heard Sid Singer on your as a guest, and I said, they're already dialed in, so now it's a good segue.
That was perfect because I don't know how long what's kind of your story, because my journey with this whole just obviously health journey overall, but the undergarment stuff was never even a thought that crossed my mind. How did you get interested in that in the first place? Like, what was your aha moment that you kind of woke up to that?
Well, my journey kind of came full circle. Like you, I know you're in the cosmetology industry. I originally, my passion was in fashion, so I went to school for fashion design. Oh. And from there, then I didn't really know what I wanted to do. It was kind of a rat race in LA, and just kind of stepped back and said, okay, it's a fashion industry for me, even though I love fashion, I love designing, but, to actually get in the industry and stuff, it's definitely a difficult field. So, from there, I really got into health and wellness, and I've always been into health and wellness, but really got into it more, kind of wanted to pursue it more career-wise because I was so passionate about it. Yeah. And like you, Justin, I know how after you and Kate got married and and dove into the raw food journey, that was what I did too. Yeah, and then I just became so passionate about it. Once you discover all that, you're like, you want to share it with the world, like how can you be eating, all of that junk in your food, So I took that route as well and really got into it and then got into, just as important what you put in your body, eating the organic food. I also got into wearing organic clothing. And then looking for intimate apparel, there was like nothing out there. It's so hippie and granola and granny panty-ish, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. Oh, I know what you mean, sadly.
It's like you don't have to be a hippie and be into this. That's like the stigma against people, like, oh, you're vegan or you're this or that, and then there's like so much association with it, and like dress a certain way, but it doesn't have to be that way. So anyways, also at that time, Dr. Brian Clement and Anna Marie Clement, them from Hippocrates Health Institute.
Yeah, they're cool.
Yeah, one of their latest books they were coming out with was Killer Clothes. And he had just done a lecture on his previous book, which was about drugs and the pharmaceutical industry.
Yeah.
And I'm an organizer for the Orange County Raw and Living Foods community here in Orange County. And so I had a lecture for him on that. And then he was talking about his Killer Clothes book. So I wanted to organize another lecture for him to learn more about that. So he came down and we had a lecture for him at Awlock. And one of the things he said, one of the big things that was my aha moment was, he talked about all the chemicals and all the toxic substances, dyes and bleaches and formaldehydes and all that stuff that's in our clothing. And, of course, then the most important to wear organic is our intimate apparel because it's so close to your skin and in the most important parts and sensitive areas in our bodies.
Yeah.
And so that was my aha moment. Like, at the same time, I'm looking for intimate apparel. I can't find any. And it's most important. So that's the niche out there that needs to be, provided for. So.
Yeah, it's crazy because like you were saying earlier with this kind of industry, people that wear these types of clothes, they're typically, like you said before, they're like the granny panties or like they're the hippie kind of clothing. So it's cool to see someone doing something that's not necessarily that style, you know what I mean? Like it's stylish.
Victoria's Secret to it,
Yeah, yeah.
Finally.
Yeah, and and it's getting more right now. All the clothing is white or the natural color before it's dyed. So it's just the PDF before I add dye to it. And eventually I'd like to add color with more of, there's actually a dye house in LA. It's one of the only ones in the country, and they dye with natural elements like barks and clays and flower extracts. So I would be dyeing with them if I do add any color to the garments. Because even when you get organic clothing, they use GOTS certified dyes, but they still have chemicals in them. They're just less chemicals,
Wow.
So.
Yeah, that's stuff we don't really think about.
So do you think that when people have these dyed clothings, with the chemicals and stuff, do you think that when they wash the clothing that causes more of the, I mean, I guess the dye fades, but do you think that's I guess that's causing some sort of health issues, right? Then
it also goes in our water system. So it's just like all the pharmaceuticals clogging up our water. All that dye goes into our water. So that's one issue with the environment, and then also with us ingesting it if it's not clean water. And then secondly, that those chemicals never really wash out of your clothes. In the Killer Clothes book, Dr. Clement and Anna Marie, they talk about, the studies that have been done. They test clothing, it's like from the 1970s, this polyester clothing, and it still leaches out chemicals just as if it was the first day you got it. So those chemicals never really leave. And then people are washing their clothes with the harmful detergents and bleaches, and the worst of all are the dryer sheets. Those have so many chemicals in them. Yeah. And, so they're just adding more chemicals to it. And people don't realize, they have health impairments, and they don't realize the direct correlation that all of this stuff stems from is their clothing.
That's interesting, because we talked with someone recently. Who was it? Daniel Vitalis. And he talked about how when people wash their skin with this alkalizing soap, and it strips off the acid-loving bacteria that's in the oils of our skin, that allows for bad bacteria to kind of live on your skin, like staph and things like that. And so I would imagine that if you were to basically strip the oils off your skin through using soaps every single day, and then you put on, so you're basically almost stripping off the immune system sitting on the top layer of your skin, and then you put on...
Throwing on dyed, horrible, chemicalized clothing right on top of your free skin.
Yeah, on top of the skin that doesn't have an immune system anymore on top of it.
That could be a problem.
That could be an issue.
Exactly. And our skin is the largest organ in our body. We have to treat it that way. It absorbs over 60% of whatever you put on it. And in clothing, or the fabrics such as polyester and nylon, they suffocate your skin. So they don't allow it to breathe. It doesn't let anything doesn't let anything out. Wow. So, your body is constantly detoxing throughout the day, but if it has fibers such as polyester, it's not allowed to do that. And just as Sydney Ross Singer was talking about the bras and the breast health, and it being too tight and confining, and same with prostate health, your body's lymph is not able to move and detoxify naturally, and that is the same thing with wearing those polyester fibers. I don't know if you've ever worked out, wearing polyester fibers, but polyester heats up, and it just doesn't, because it doesn't allow your body to breathe. So that's the other big issue with the prostate health. That's not just about wearing tight clothing, but the polyester has that other heat element. So that's horrible for breast and prostate.
Gosh, so what is your website again? I forget what that was.
It's Organix, and it's OHGANIX.com.
Organix, that's right. And so the types of things you have on there, are you coming out with new products all the time?
Yeah, we have our base products. So it's for men and women. We have... right now, it's more intimate apparel and undergarments for men and women, and some loungewear type stuff. We have some camisoles and lounge pants and stuff. And eventually, like to get into apparel, everyday apparel and stuff. But right now, mainly focused on the intimate apparel. Yeah. And currently working with Hippocrates Health Institute. So I'm really excited about that, since they were one of my big inspirations for starting the line. It was always my goal to partner with them in some way. So we are designing a few bras. We're doing a maternity bra for nursing moms, and a mastectomy for women who've undergone breast reconstruction, to help them, and also an everyday bra. So it's really exciting.
Wow, that's cool.
And we've partnered with doctors, chiropractors, dermatologists to produce the purest products and the ergonomically correct designs. So, the straps are thicker on the bras because, so they don't dig into the shoulders, and it provides good support, but not, still allows for the natural lymph flow of the breasts. So,
that is so cool. And, wow. So are all of your products made from the same materials, or are they made, are some made from different substances?
We have quite a few different fabrics. The products that we're going to be making with Hippocrates, those are going to be in the organic cotton.
Okay.
Currently on the website, we have stuff with tencel, which is made from eucalyptus tree.
Okay.
wow.
Modal, which is made from a beechwood tree, and then hemp. And then we'll have the organic cotton. So we have those main fabrics right now. And going forward, we're going to be doing a lot more with organic cotton and hemp, I believe. I really like those fabrics. They're those are some of my favorites. The tencel is very, very soft and very luxurious. But, so those are our main fabrics.
You were nice enough to send us some samples, and
So cool.
We just love them. They're so cool.
Good.
They're
Thank
cool.
you.
They're comfy. You don't feel guilty wearing them. Because I kind of swore off bras after that show. And I'm like, I'm done. I just been wearing kind of like a camisole every day. Just
are
not
you
even.
there?
Oh, yeah. And I tell you, your products are just, oh.
Hello?
Are you still there?
Oh, yeah. I lost you for a second.
That was so weird.
Okay.
Yeah, no. But yeah, your products are just amazing. They live up to what they.
Hold on a sec.
Oh, gotta love Skype.
Okay. So
Yeah.
you swore off bras. I know. Once you don't wear a bra, isn't it just so hard to go back to them?
It is.
It's like.
It is.
Yeah,
but
I prefer.
to have an option though, where you feel a little bit better about if you're going to wear one, makes you feel peace of mind.
Yeah.
Yeah. Our bras are very comfortable. It's like a light sports bra feel, not a tight sports bra where it's constricting at all. So.
Exactly. And I think that people are probably really loving them for yoga and things like that as well, because I don't like wearing anything tight when I do something like that, but I like a little support. So, thank you so much for sharing your products with us. I mean, we love them.
Of course.
You've done
Glad
well,
you guys
Michelle.
like them.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, no, great stuff. And so you're going to be coming out with lots of more ideas, like you said, maybe some other things outside of like intimate wear and things.
Yes, hopefully get into apparel. I'd also like to get more into baby, products for baby, more products for mom and baby, stuff like that. That's what I'd like to focus on. But for sure, the intimate apparel is the most important. So, grow the line with that. I like to stick to the basic styles that are very popular and have those, but then also expand it into more options. Maybe get some color choices in there and different flair of styles for all different tastes. So.
Yeah, that is great. And so, do you know with as far as what other people are doing, I know there's obviously other companies that make, hemp, shirts and things like that. But there's not a lot of people that are doing it in the way that you're doing it. And, it just seems like a really unique thing because of the different styles that you're making. And so it seems like it's a pretty unique thing to me, at least,
Yeah. Well, and the other thing that sets me apart, or the products apart from the other ones out there, is we really go from a health standpoint, where the other ones are all more from the environmental standpoint.
Right.
And so, I mean, their stuff is cute and it might be all those different colors, but it's still, like I said, it's, a lot of the GOTS certified dyes, which still have chemicals in them, just less chemicals. They still have spandex and the elastic. And a lot of people have the latex allergies. So any elastic that we do have, it is covered with fabric. So, so we really do it different from the direct health impacts that clothing has, whereas it's not just from an environmental standpoint.
Right.
Although, the company is environmentally friendly, that's what sets it apart. It's really just being conscious about the clothing and making it as pure for the skin as possible.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's kind of marrying a few different ideas, because one is the environmentalism thing, which is sort of not something that you're focusing on, but it is a big part of what you're doing. And then the other two things in terms of health are kind of blending together the idea that these clothes shouldn't be so restricting, but then also the dyes and the chemicals that are used in the clothes.
Yeah.
But then you have to tie all that together and make the things look good. So you're doing a really good job.
Talent.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I mean, there's a lot to it. You can't just say, okay, do it like this, because like even for our underwear, the thong underwears, I don't know if you noticed, Kate, I think I sent you one of those, but it has no elastic, on the side. So within the stitch, we make it so that we don't have to use elastic.
Which I love, because I hate elastic.
Yeah.
I do.
I know. And it digs in, and then it's just horrible. And so, and we just, it's just so great, because I get a lot of customers, come back and keep buying and saying all this stuff, because it's so hard for them to find an alternative. So it's really great to be able to provide that, and it also be something that is attractive.
Right.
They don't have to be ashamed about to wear and feel good in.
Yeah.
So.
Well done, Michelle.
Yeah, thanks.
Thank you.
That's so cool. I'm so glad there's people like you doing such niche things out there that, we all need these things,
Yeah. Who doesn't need underwear? And following your passion. I mean, that's what we love more than anything, is talking to people, that we get to talk to people all day long like ourselves, who actually get to do what we want to do and what we love doing. And that is the name of the game. And then you help people. I mean, it just all flows into...
It all just flows together.
It's amazing, really, when you think about it.
So do you do this full-time now? Is this your company full-time, or is...
Yep. This is my company full-time.
Wow.
So I'm really excited to really be able to delve into it and, like you said, work on my passion. And my fiance is a big support of it. So obviously he's the reason also why I'm able to do it. And and like you said about the passion too, that's why I'm really excited about partnering with Hippocrates, because Anna Maria, she's just a big ball of fire, and this has been her dream too. And she's, I found out after contacting them to see if they wanted to work together somehow, that she's been trying for, I guess, 13 years to try and partner with people to design a bra for them, or with them, that is ergonomically correct, that goes along the standards of what they're looking for. And kind of people have dropped the ball along the way, or it wasn't necessarily their passion, so they're just kind of working for them but with them, so nothing really developed. So now she's just super excited to do this, and so am I. And just to be with her, I met with her in Florida a couple months ago when I was down there to kind of go over the rest of the adjustments that we need to make to the samples. And she's just it's just awesome. It's just great to work with that energy and people that are on the same wavelength and stuff like that. So it's really exciting. And I think it'll really amount to a lot. And like you said, with the Victoria's Secret. So hopefully we'll be the next Victoria's Secret, but for healthy, organic clothes.
People that actually care. So,
and more people are waking up. So you're at the right time doing the right thing, I believe.
Yeah, that's for sure.
People are getting hit over the head with a wake-up call that I don't think has happened before. So it's really exciting.
Yeah,
and that's what you want to try and get the customers too, that they might just stumble across, your product and buy it just because they like the style, and then it happens to be organic, and then they learn about it through that,
Absolutely.
So you also want to try and find those people that way. So that's a plus.
Yes.
Yeah, no, with all of this stuff, we find the same things going on with us, is that it's really important to put the education in with the products as well, because a lot of times people just don't see the need, or they don't understand like how detrimental these chemicals are, not only for them but for the environment and all these other things. So the education component is so necessary when we're in a world where we're just dominated by media and people just no one really thinks like where are these clothes from Victoria's Secret being made, or what impact on the environment or their health are these clothes having on them in their world. And so we have to combat all that with education. So it's cool that you're working with Hippocrates. What did you think about being over there? Was that a pretty cool campus?
Oh yeah, it's a beautiful campus. It's really great, very serene. They have, they bought it like over 20 years ago and just built it out from there. And the feng shui of everything, they really have done a great job of building in each piece of the property, and it all has its the different areas. They have even an organic salon there. Kate, you should go visit it. Oh. I was telling them that they should start doing some sort of certifications for people to go there and learn about the organic colorings and stuff like that. So yeah, you should definitely go and check that out. They have their whole little juice section, which they just got done reconstructing. People go in there and they get their daily juices and their wheatgrass shots. They have their buffet lunches, their cafeteria area that looks over this beautiful pond with a little waterfall spout. Just their whole campus is great, and they're a nice gym, spa, and then all their treatments. So it's really
sounds
really,
like
really
heaven.
cool.
I want to go live there. I don't want to be sick,
really
but I want to
great.
go there and
So,
live there. Wow.
Yeah. I definitely would recommend going to visit their campus.
Wow,
that's so cool.
Oh, Michelle, thanks for taking the time out to chat with us.
Oh, thank you.
Oh my
it was
gosh.
great. And like I said, yeah, it would be great if we could all go out for lunch or something sometime. We're so close.
Yeah, we'd love to do that. That'd be awesome.
Let's hook that up. I'll email you. Let's try to get something going in the next couple weeks.
Okay, sounds great.
That would be great.
Awesome. Thanks, Michelle.
Well, thank you guys. Great to
and
talk,
we'll send her
we'll
a
talk
link
soon.
too, probably.
Yeah, we'll post this on one of our Free for All Friday shows, and we'll send you the link to it.
Sounds great. Thank you.
Awesome. We'll be in touch.
Thanks, Michelle.
Okay.
Okay. Bye bye.
Have a great day.
You too.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Okay.
Okay, one last thing. Or do we want to go through a few news headlines?
I don't know.
Okay, this is something that's really good, though. Drug-free heartworm prevention for your pets.
Oh, nice.
Heartworm prevention kills dogs. Did you know the administration of common monthly heartworm prevention has been associated with autoimmune disease and even death in dogs? The 6-month injection for preventing heartworm called ProHeart 6 was recalled due to toxic side effects that included fatalities in dogs. It's back on the market now. Uh-oh. That's funny. Wow, this is amazing. Dr. Jean Dodds has tracked this relationship. You may recognize her name. She's a world-renowned expert in hematology and immune diseases. She recently sent me a copy of the article she published in DVM magazine years ago, linking to 2 common heartworm preventatives to autoimmune disease and death. Here are just a few examples from her research. Maggie,
wow, I think
do you
Maggie,
have heartworm?
I think she resonates with. What's
Is she
that
laying on the
about?
biomat?
No. She got off the biomat and now she's. Wow, that was weird.
What is she doing?
She's reacting to what you're saying.
Wow.
That's pretty weird. Maybe she needs some heartworm care.
Maggie, we'll give you some heartworm care.
Wow,
Just
strange.
hold tight.
Okay, yes. Because I believe heartworm is something that, every time we've taken Maggie into the vet, they're always trying to push for, heartworm is a silent killer. You don't know until it's too late. And I'm like, I just don't want your drugs. I'll do something natural for our dog. But,
yeah.
I wouldn't give it to my kid, like my dog, let alone a person. Like,
No,
I'm not going
at
to
all.
put any drugs in her.
Immune attack on red blood cells or platelets are common forms of autoimmune disease and the most dangerous to your dog's survival. I've seen both in practice, and I wouldn't wish either on any dog. As you might guess, your dog cannot live without red blood cells to carry oxygen or platelets to help blood clot properly. Here's how these diseases look, which your dog can show. Pale or blue spotted gums, sudden panting as if exhausted after very little exertion, weakness often to the point of not getting up to eat, purple bruise-like spots on the belly, ears, or anywhere else, bleeding from the nose, eyes, ears, bowels, or vagina, You can't imagine in the high-tech emergency that either of these autoimmune blood diseases sends your dog into... I'm not sure how that sentence is. That's weird. Treatment of this dog, of these dogs, often involves repeated blood transfusion. They're risky and expensive. High doses of steroids, even if more potent immune suppressors. Hospitalization to monitor and keep your dogs on IV drips. So we're going to link to this book called Vital Animals Don't Get Heartworms. The drug-free prevention program that works, written by Will Falconer, DVM.
Will Falconer. Okay.
And his website is vitalanimal.com/drug-free heartworm, all lowercase.
Okay.
And let me add it to my cart and see how much.
Drug-free heartworm.
Oh, it's $21.95.
Heck yeah.
Looks like a good book. 50-plus pages of natural treatment therapies for your dog.
What is it again? Vital animals don't get what?
Vital animals don't get heartworms.
Heartworms.
So that sounds like a good book.
Yeah. You know what? We've known about it for a few weeks, and I've really been meaning to get it for Maggie, but let's do it. Because, I mean, God bless them. They're like they're our family members. Mm-hmm. We need to treat them as well as we would our own bodies. So.
And then this came
Great
through.
Resource.
Foodfreedomgroup.com. Wheatgrass turns gray hair back to its natural color.
What?
Have you heard about that before?
No. Foodfreedomwhat.com?
Foodfreedomgroup.com. And this is an article written in July 24th, 2013. But for some reason, it's not coming up. Here we go.
Turning your hair from gray back to its normal color?
Yeah.
Wow.
And, wow, look at this article. Cancer cells cannot... Okay. Wow, this is really interesting. Gray hair, the ultimate telltale sign of aging. Approximately half of all 50-year-olds are at least 50% gray. Try as you may postpone the inevitable with expensive, foul-smelling, and messy dyes. The battle against gray is predictable. Gray is pretty much the undefeated champion, or is it? Regular consumption of the young grass of a common wheat plant can recolor those grays so that you can enjoy your lush, natural color well into your senior years. And it doesn't just stop at the gray. This young cereal grass slows the entire aging process by rejuvenating your cells, detoxifying your body, fighting tumors, and tightening loose and sagging skin. Interesting
Here's that
article.
sagging skin thing again.
Yeah. That's interesting.
Wow. Are you going to post
I'll post a link to that article.
Great.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So I think we're just about ready to wrap up.
Do you want a fun fact?
Let's do a fun fact with Kate.
I have some.
Are you ready for that?
I think I am.
The question is, are the listeners ready for that?
They'll never be ready.
Okay. Here we go.
And now join us for Fun Facts with Kate.
Oh, man.
Where you never know what the heck is on her mind, or gonna come out of her mouth.
That just kills me. That laugh just kills me. I sound like the Wicked Witch of the West.
I know.
We might have to do something about that. But since it's October, we're going to go with some pumpkin seed information here.
Okay.
Apparently Maggie likes pumpkin seeds. She's barking off her head.
She's barking up a storm.
10 amazing health benefits of pumpkin seeds. Here you go. You ready?
Ready.
The only seed that contains alkaline forming. That is alkaline forming. That contains. I was reading the
Where'd that come from? Yeah, a parasite in your brain?
It is the... There's that scary laugh. It is the only seed that is alkaline forming. I'm
is that
sorry
right?
about that. Well, apparently.
Okay.
Pumpkin seed. Number 2, it can reduce levels of LDL cholesterol.
Okay.
It has 100 gram seeds. Its 100 gram seeds provide 30 grams of protein.
How much is 100 grams?
I don't know. I'm not good at
Okay, while you're doing that, I'm going to go and search how much.
Yeah, can you do that? 100 grams of seeds provides 30 grams of protein.
Okay.
Used traditionally to kill parasites, which has been a common theme today, it seems like.
Uh-huh.
It reduces inflammation for arthritis. It helps to prevent kidney stone formation.
Okay.
Good for prostate health, promotes good sleep, filled with minerals and high in zinc.
Wow.
I know. So there's your pumpkin facts for the month of October.
Yeah, that's a timely
thing.
Very.
Yeah.
Wow, okay.
Did you find out about the grams?
I did. That's 3.5 ounces. That's a lot.
Okay.
Of pumpkin seeds. Well, that's not too bad.
That's not that bad.
Gosh, 30 grams of protein. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's a lot. You might want to stick them in your smoothies and stuff.
I know. That's good.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it. That's all I have.
I thought you had 2. Yeah, I don't think we've done this one.
I'm sorry. I actually have another one.
Okay. Cool.
Okay. I have one, uses for coconut oil, which we use all the time. So,
yes.
Anti-inflammatory. You can use it for help with menstrual cramps. I think you can throw it all over your body and massage it in. It helps with pain.
That's true.
Bowel function. It's an antioxidant, antibacterial. It helps with kidney stones, liver disease. It's antimicrobial. Helps with lung disease. It's antifungal. It helps with psoriasis, allergies, migraines, pink eye, asthma, keloids, warts, irritable bowel syndrome, blood pressure regulation, gallbladder disease and pain, hormone regulator, bronchial infections, heart disease, colds and viruses, smoker's cough, toenail fungus, athlete's foot, energy boost. It helps give you an energy boost, in case you wanted to know. It doesn't take it away.
Yeah, that's
Spider veins, constipation, circulation, head lice, parasites, antiparasitic, that would be the same thing. Osteoporosis, itchy eyes, antiviral. It helps with eczema, herpes, edema, gout, HIV, and hives.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
Uses for coconut oil.
That is crazy.
Right?
Yeah.
I know. I always tell my clients at the hair salon it helps amazingly if they have dry scalp and itchy, flaky scalp problem.
Yeah.
To put it all over their scalp and then go to bed and the next day just, shower it out because it is oily.
Yeah.
But it takes care of psoriasis and all kinds of stuff. So I know I put it on my face a lot at night.
Mm-hmm.
You'd think that it would make you just break out and be an good old oil
machine.
There you go. But it's really not. It works. It's like your body's lacking that, and it just soaks it in and makes your skin feel like a little baby's bum.
Yeah, I love coconut oil.
So there you go.
I love coconuts in general. I love everything, the flesh and
Me too.
the water. So good.
I was taking spoonfuls of it when I was having some flare-ups with my gallbladder acting up, and that really seemed to help, along with the apple cider vinegar shots I was doing.
Really?
So
I like it.
Yeah, there you go.
All right, I think it's inspirational quote time. It's just about that time.
Before we will say goodbye, let's leave you with something to ponder throughout your day. Here's an inspirational quote for this episode.
You got it?
Not for next episode, for this one.
For this episode.
I don't know who you are anymore. This comes to us from Ralph Waldo Emerson, from the grave.
From the grave.
Finish every day and be done with it. That's good alone. That's good by itself.
Yeah.
Finish every day and be done with it. You have done what you could. Some blunders and absurdities no doubt crept in. Forget them as soon as you can. Tomorrow is a new day. You shall begin it serenely and with too high a spirit to be encumbered with your old nonsense.
Wow.
That's a pretty darn good one if you ask me.
Yeah, let me look at that again. That's really good. I remember that quote.
You should read it again for double emphasis.
Finish every day and be done with it. You have done what you could. Some blunders and absurdities no doubt crept in. Forget them as soon as you can. Tomorrow is a new day. You shall begin it serenely and with too high a spirit, to be encumbered with your old nonsense.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, that's good.
Some blunders and absurdities no doubt crept in. Ain't that the truth? We all have those. At the end of the day, there are many things we think that, we agree that could have been done better. Or different. But it doesn't mean that you can't start every day anew. And I just love the way that's put.
I like what he says here. You have done what you could.
Right.
Like for all of us, we all tend to just be such doers and so focused on our lists and what did we do today and what time did you get up and what time did you start being productive? And this whole American culture is so involved in just doing. And it's involved so much so in doing that it doesn't even matter what you're doing or whether or not what you're doing is benefiting anybody. It's just, do I have a list of things and have I completed them?
Right. Have I checked them off? You're right.
And
you're very right.
We get caught up in that. I know I do. And you think, oh, what have I done today that's productive? Or what have I done today that's, I've got 20 things that I want to do today and I've only got to 10 of them, and you feel
Yeah.
You feel bad, but
you're right.
He says you've done what you could,
and be done with it. Be done with it at the end of the day. Go to bed. I try to do that mentally, wipe my slate clean, go to sleep, and then the next day, you're right. You've done what you could the day before, and just press on.
Yeah, I often tell myself, you're just doing you're doing your best you can. You can't do, I can't respond to 1,000 emails a day. I can't, record 4 or 5 shows a day. I can't do, a bunch of articles a day. I can only do so much, and we're just being gentle on yourself,
right? And forgiving.
Yeah, we're doing the best we can,
yeah.
And just being forgiving, I think, is so important. I like it.
I like it.
I like it a lot.
Good quote, eh?
I like it a lot.
I like it a lot.
All right, guys, that's the end of the episode. I hope you enjoyed it. If there's ever anything we can do for you, just let us know. You can always email us, and we'd love to help you out in any way we possibly can. And if you'd like to support our work, don't forget to check out that sauna that we did an ad for, and our store, too. We're trying to add some more products to our store to round out everything that's in there, to have a good blend of different digital products that can help you in your life overcome things, as well as physical products like blenders and things like that we really, really have used and stand behind. So make sure to check out our store. That's how we keep everything free for you guys. And if you can't check out our store or not in the market for anything that we're selling, not a big deal at all. If you could, be a huge favor to us. I know we ask this on every episode, but if you could share our show with your friends on Facebook or Twitter or through email, it really, really does help us. And it's really, really a great way to help support the show. If you guys can share it with your friends, and help get the word out, it really is incredibly helpful.
We would be much obliged.
Yeah, when I look down and I see that on Facebook a certain amount of people shared the show, I'm just so grateful. So we appreciate that. And just know that you're doing the best you can, and everything will work out. And thanks for listening to this show, and we'll catch you on the next episode.
Thank you for listening to this episode.
Maggie says it's time to go for now, but our mission does not end with this show.
Justin and Kate will be back with another interview packed full of ideas, discoveries, and unique ways to regain your health.
Head on over to extremehealthradio.com/subscribe and instantly download our free gift too that contains cutting-edge strategies to start making healthy lifestyle changes today.
No material on this blog is intended to suggest that you should not seek professional medical care. Always work with qualified medical professionals, even as you educate yourself in the field of live food nutrition and alternative medicine. I'm not a doctor, nor am I offering readers or listeners medical advice of any kind. None of the information offered here should be interpreted as a diagnosis of any disease, nor an attempt to treat or prevent any disease or condition. While information